Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Tammy, and today is finally the day I'm going to Scotland. Well, I actually won't get to Scotland until tomorrow, but we are, it's about 5 something in the morning, and I am getting up and getting ready. I'm about to have some breakfast, and then I am going to my cousin Renee's house, and then from there we are going to the airport, and we'll be on a plane in a few hours headed to New Jersey, and then after a long layover, we will be headed over to Scotland. I'm so excited to finally start this little journey with y'all. So I just wanted to check in real quick, and then I will see y'all in a little while. I am in the car. It is about 6:45. I am heading to my cousin Renee's house, and then I will see y'all when we get there. All right, y'all. I'm looking a little ragged, but we've made it to the airport. Me and Nene, she's back there. We are waiting to see where to drop our luggage off. The thing said to drop it off outside, but there's nobody out here. So we're trying to see what we're supposed to do, and then we'll meet up with everybody else whenever they get here. All right, y'all, we are at the airport still. We have about 45 minutes until we board our first flight. There's Val.
That sounds like me. I literally lost my face.
There's Miriam and Joel. And Nene.
I was so mad.
So we're just waiting for our boarding time, and then we will be on the plane, and I will see y'all when we get on the plane, if ain't a bunch of crazy people on there. Well, we are finally boarding the plane. So here we go for real this time.
And you were nowhere to be found. In fact, I think it would beat me down to the bottom.
I'm trying to record a little bit. Okay, we are in New Jersey. We just landed, getting off the plane. There's Miriam. Everybody else is behind, dragging up the rear. Hey y'all, we are in New Jersey. We are just about to board the plane to head to Edinburgh, and we just found out that this plane is also full. We were hoping that our seat in the middle of us was going to be empty, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So I guess we'll just see what happens. It's breakfast time. I don't know if y'all can hear me. It's so loud in here. This is breakfast. And we are, this is an hour and 18 minutes from Edinburgh. And then this is what the sandwich looks like. All right. This is our home in Inverness for
This is the common room.
few days. Okay, this is the little living room. We saw this in the pictures. It's got a TV.
Big TV in every room.
Okay. I didn't even notice if I had one. All of our shoes. They're, oh, how cute. They have house shoes.
Yeah, I brought them.
Oh, that's cute, though.
Hey, what's the code?
So we put our shoes there,
Message in the app.
and then
I have to look at it. I haven't.
they have house, like, I guess, complimentary house shoes. That's cute.
It didn't show in my.
This is Val. Y'all about to be on YouTube. This is Valerie's. Oh, that's Val's got a big room.
I know. I feel bad. Y'all.
She's got the master
The
bedroom.
downstairs master.
Oh, look, I'll go bras ears.
That's right.
TV up on the wall.
Okay, so now, this is the door out for Miriam to
They got a
go.
picnic table with a camera. She'll be on camera. She can't throw her cigarette butts in the way.
Yeah, and there's some umbrellas up there too.
She said, why is it open? And she gave me instructions about where to find the Wi-Fi or do whatever.
I see this thing. I don't know if there's a number.
We got our recycle.
I don't know, I haven't read her instructions.
Nice
so I'll have to
kitchen.
go back and look.
We're doing curing for our coffee, y'all.
With our little complimentary
Wait, no,
snacks.
that's not a cure.
Well, here's the coffee.
Okay.
So it's just little packets.
Pre-made. That looks like sugar. Oh, that's coffee.
Nescafe.
Oh, here it is. Look, pop it up.
So
I brought
regular
some
and
trivia.
decaf.
Here, I'll put that over here. I brought some trivia.
Oh, and that's sugars.
So this is not your normal Americanized Keurig.
Hidden behind a cabinet.
It's hidden.
Here's our laundry and the dishwasher. That's nice.
We could do
Thank you. You're welcome.
breakfast
Wait, let me
sandwiches in the
see.
morning if you want. I'm good with whatever. And
Wait,
then,
open it
like,
again.
Sandwich stuff.
Tour.
The fridge is built in.
Oh, that's much bigger than like a college fridge.
No, that's
All right, I gotta drag my big old suitcase up these stairs.
I did. It's a workout. I'm actually painting one at home.
All right.
Message that says something about the Wi-Fi. Like where to get the Wi-Fi. Is the Wi-Fi is it under something? I know they said something about the Wi-Fi, but I don't know what they said.
All right, let me get this upstairs and I'll come back. So these are the stairs. I just drug my suitcase up. So now we'll go and I'll show you. This is just a cleaning closet. This is the upstairs bathroom that me and Nene will be sharing. It's got a shower. All right, and then right outside the bathroom, this is my room. So I've got 2 beds. I threw my stuff up there when I came in. But 2 beds. I got a little sink in the corner so I can brush my face and wash my teeth. Brush my teeth and wash my face. A little stool. Somewhere to hang up, I look like a bum, y'all. Somewhere to hang up my clothes and a TV up there. So that is my room. And then there's our radiator, or my radiator, I guess. I haven't brought my suitcase in, I'll get it in a second. This is Nene's room. She brought her stuff up here. So she's got a sink and a big TV, somewhere to hang her clothes and things in her room. And then, let me put my suitcase up. Okay. All right. Now, we'll go back down these stairs and up these stairs. And this is Miriam and Joel's room. And then they have their own bathroom in here. With a skylight. It's a little cold to open that though. And let's see the view. That's the kind of van that brought us. That van right there. I think he's coming to pick us up in the morning. So that's the little courtyard outside. And over this way somewhere, oh, there it is. You can kind of see there's a little picnic table right there that you can come out the kitchen. So yeah, that is our little house in Inverness. Look at all the, I know there's a glare, sorry. Look at all the little houses, how cute this area is, y'all. Super cute. All right, that's the house tour. Hey y'all, we are now at our Airbnb in Inverness, Scotland. It is about 7:30 p.m. here, which means back at my house it's about 1:30 p.m. We're 6 hours ahead here. And we got in a little while ago, probably an hour or hour and a half ago, not very long. And I have taken a shower. My hair's starting to dry. We just got done eating. We just ordered pizza. We were exhausted, y'all. We're still exhausted. So let me just give you a little rundown of how our travel went. Now, I'm not in a hotel. I know you see this up here. Each bedroom door here has these little things to keep the doors shut, but we are in a house. Anyway, so I got up Thursday morning, October 23rd. I got up, I don't know what time I got up, but I left my house about 6:30, 6:45-ish. And my son took me to Nene's house. And then from there, we went to the airport and we were dropped off at the airport. We got there a little bit early. So we were there for a little bit before Miriam, Val, and Joel got there. But they weren't late or anything. We just ended up getting there early. So everything went pretty good at the airport. I think I may have told y'all, our ticket said to drop off our bags at the outside baggage drop off, but there was nobody out there. So we just went ahead, went inside the airport and went to the baggage counter and checked our bags. No issues. And then we had done TSA pre-check, so we didn't have to wait in the really long lines. And we did go ahead and get through there without any trouble. Well, Joel had a little trouble because he doesn't have, he didn't go do the normal TSA pre-check that the rest of us did. He has a card he has to have for work, and that normally will get you through the TSA pre-check. It's one of the things that comes along with it. And we filled everything out just like we did for ours before we went. And for some reason, his was not working. So he had to go through the long security line at the airport. But we all made it through, got to the other side of a TSA pre-check, and then it was just time to find our gate and wait for our flight to leave. So we left New Orleans somewhere around 12:30, I think. I think like it got delayed, but it was only like a couple of minutes, and then it went ahead and went early. It was just kind of flip-flopping back and forth on the time. But no bother, we were able to get on the plane. And y'all know I've told y'all that I have flown before, but I don't fly often. And it has been a very long time since I flew. And y'all know I'm prone to motion sickness. So we got in our seats and everything. And originally we had booked the whole entire row, like 3 people on this side, 3 people on this side. But then when Brandy wasn't able to go, it left the seat between me and Renee empty. And then we found out at, right before we boarded the plane, I think it was right before we boarded, or maybe the morning of, that the flight was full. So we were like, we're going to have some strangers sitting between us all the way to New Jersey. And it was like a 3.5-hour flight. And we were like, Lord, and them tight seats, what if it's a sumo wrestler? What if he didn't bathe? What if, we didn't know, y'all. What if it was somebody screaming kid? We didn't know what was going to end up between us. But luckily for us, it was a very nice guy. His name was Dominic. Renee offered him the window seat, and he said he was fine sitting between us. He didn't care. He was very sweet, chit-chatted, and everything. He was married. Don't get no ideas. He was a little young fella. And yeah, so he was real nice, and the flight was great. The only part I didn't like about the flight, when I just mentioned motion sickness a second ago, the takeoff kind of got me. It was a little jerky and a little hoopty-dooey when the blade first took off. And it kind of had my stomach going, I'm not sure if I like this or not. But once the plane leveled out in the air, it was fine. Even the turbulence, because we had a lot of turbulence, it didn't bother me or anything. The landing was fine. And then we got to New Jersey. We went to our gate, and getting closer to time for us to leave, they were like, oh, your gate changed. And we were at like gate 95 and they were like, oh, now you're at gate 81. So then we had to pack all our stuff up that we were hauling around and, you know, drag it down to a whole different gate across the airport. It was just aggravating, but it was fine. We were going to Scotland. We didn't care. So anywho, then we ended up going to our new gate, and we sat there and they delayed it, and then they moved it up, and then they delayed it, and then they moved it up, and then we were going to board, and then they were going to delay it. So it was a lot of back and forth right at the end. But obviously we ended up boarding the plane. It was a little bit bigger plane, obviously, because it was a long haul flight. And we were told again that the flight was full. So we were like, ugh, somebody else is going to be between us. But it turns out nobody ended up in that seat. So it was just me and Nene across the 3 seats. And that was fantastic. Okay, sorry, I had to stop for a second and go tend to something. But anyway, so we ended up having the whole row to ourselves. And I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I am sleeping on this flight because we got to New Orleans at like 8:30 or so in the morning. And our flight didn't leave till like 12:30. So we did a lot of airport sitting. And then when we got to, it was like a 3.5 hour flight to New Jersey. And then we had like a 4-hour layover in New Jersey. So it had been so many hours of sitting on a plane, sitting in an airport, whatever. So I was like, I am going to sleep on this plane to Edinburgh. I'm going to sleep. Did not. I could not go to sleep. I could not get comfortable. Sitting up like with my neck pillow and stuff, could not get comfortable. I tried everything, turning this way, that way, leaning back, leaning forward. I tried everything. I even tried putting my tray table down and stacking stuff up and laying forward on the tray table. I could not go to sleep, y'all. So I'm exhausted. I know I look like it, but anyway, so the flight was great though. No sickness on takeoff on the second flight. I don't know if maybe it was just nerves or maybe just a really rough takeoff on the first one, but the second one was fine. I didn't have any issues. Flight was good. The food was good. I took some pictures of the food. Hopefully I showed that to y'all. But yeah, like I said, the flight was great, but nobody really got a lot of sleep. So then we got to Edinburgh about a little after 8 o'clock this morning. And then we were in the airport for a little while because it kind of took a while for our baggage to come around and everything. So we got our baggage and everything. And then we had a driver that we had hired or whatever, because we just wanted to make sure we had something that was big enough to fit all of us and all of our luggage and get us where we needed to go. Like I told y'all in another video, the first part of our trip is actually in Inverness, but it was so expensive to like fly into one city and out of another city. But after the couple of days we've had, y'all, it might be worth it to pay the extra money. I'm just saying. So what we did is we booked a train from Edinburgh to Inverness. So the driver picked us up at the airport, took us to the train station, and the only direct train they had was not until 1:30 in the afternoon. We got to the train station at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So we sat at the train station for a very long time, and we were already exhausted. It was just a mess. It was cold, starting to rain. And we were at Waverley train station. And I don't know if y'all are familiar. I know some of y'all will be. There's not a lot of indoor, like warm places to go sit. Like they have like food and stuff like that, but everything's kind of open. So it was a little chilly. And all I wore on the plane was some very thin, like jogger pants, a thin t-shirt, and just like a little thin jacket. That's all I had. But I had bought tickets and we had upgraded to first class because they were like, if you get first class tickets, then you don't have to get off the train. There's a place to put your luggage. You're guaranteed to be able to sit together. There will be drinks and snacks served, like all the little perks. And it wasn't that much more expensive, maybe about $20 per person. So we decided to go ahead and upgrade to first class. I got the printable tickets. There was a whole hoopla with that because I didn't have my phone turned to the correct thing. I didn't have my roaming turned on, or whatever the case is. I have the international plan, but anyway, so Joel had to get me straight on that, fix my phone, so I was able to upload all the tickets. So we have our tickets. We sit around the train station waiting for hours. The train finally comes. We go get on. We find seats. We sit down, and then people start coming in. You're in our seats. You're in our seats. These are our seats. They're reserved for us. And we were like, what the heck? But the train was pretty much full. So even the coach back in the back was full, and all of the first class seats were taken by someone else. They had the numbers for the seat, like the seat numbers on their tickets. Our tickets said open. I didn't buy open tickets. I literally went into their website and I booked 5 first class tickets for the time I needed it to be, and for the correct time that we were going to be leaving and the place that we were going. Come to find out, once we got on the train, we had to go back to the back of the first class car and stand for the first hour and a half that we were on the train. Now, we met some very nice people, a young couple that had a couple of dogs with them, and the dogs were so sweet. We just played with the dogs, but they were not sitting down because they said they had seats, but trying to keep the dogs out of the aisle and stuff was hard. So they were just standing. And so they explained to us that what you have to do, just in case y'all are coming over here and you're going to ride the train, I went in and booked the tickets, bought the tickets, all that stuff, everything, got confirmations, but you also have to go to a second website and confirm your tickets or something. Did not know that. No clue. How would I have even known that? We don't do trains where I'm from. We know what trains are, y'all. But really the only trains that we have are like Amtrak that go like across country and stuff. Like we don't have like local trains. So our trip from the train station up to Inverness ended up being, we left the train station at about 1:30 in the afternoon. And we've been sitting at the train station for hours waiting on the train. And this particular train, because it was going to be a direct train, we were not going to have any, not have to get off or anything and all that stuff. So we get on the train, can't find seats. We end up having to stand up for the first half of this trip. But we were in Scotland. But it's kind of hard to see the the really good stuff about it when you're in the midst of just being so mentally and physically exhausted that you don't even know your name anymore. So I about halfway through the train ride, it was a 3-hour train ride, a little over 3 hours. And so the first, like I said, hour and a half, maybe a little beyond that, we stood in the back of the train car. And then finally, there were some people that got off at one of the stops because, mind you, not only was it not a just direct to Inverness train, which what I understand direct to mean is that you're getting on this train and you're going straight to that place. That apparently is not what direct means. And so we not only didn't go straight to Inverness, but we made like 12 stops along the way. Now, we didn't have to get off, luckily, but it was just like more time. Like, they're letting people on, letting people off and all that. But the thing about it was a lot of people getting on, but not hardly anybody was getting off. So we had to wait until there was a city that we came to where enough people got off the train to where we could have seats to sit down. Y'all, when I tell you exhausted, that is just not even the word for it. It's not even the word for it. And let me just say this too. I'm not getting on here and complaining about public transportation, the country, or anything like that. We are so excited to be here. So beyond excited. Once we were able to sit down on the train, we could actually see out the windows, and it is so beautiful. The mountains, the hills, everything is just so pretty here. So we didn't get to, when we finally got to the train station and we were able to find a cab that seats, had enough seats for all of us and all of our luggage. So we had them bring us to the place, to our Airbnb that we're staying at. And so, yeah, this is the Airbnb that we're staying in. It's so cute, y'all. I showed y'all kind of the pictures of the outside and maybe a shot of the living room in another video that I did. But I wanted to kind of give y'all a walkthrough and so you could know where we're staying and kind of see what I'm seeing. And I didn't get a lot of videos and stuff of the travel part of this. We tried to take a few pictures here and there. I didn't have a window seat, so Renee did some filming out the window. So if you see or saw any of the out of the plane, footage, then that was all Renee. Everybody's going to share their pictures and stuff with me, but I was on an aisle seat, so I didn't have access to the window to be able to film any of that. And then just the being in the airport, like getting to each place, I tried to film a little bit, but it's kind of hard when, it's so busy. And like I said, we were exhausted, and to try to pull out my phone to record every time I was doing anything was just beyond what my brain could handle at the time. I know I did get a little bit of footage for y'all, and I wanted to share that with y'all, but I am about to get my behind in this bed. Like I said, we've checked into the Airbnb. We had some dinner. My phone was falling. We checked into the Airbnb a couple of hours ago. We had some dinner. We just ordered pizza. That was the easiest and quickest thing. And then Renee and Joel went down to a little grocery store that's kind of close, like walking distance from where we're staying, and picked up a few things like some orange juice and coffee and some bread and some sandwich things and stuff like that. Just so we'll have a little bit of something here on the offhand chance that we can't, that we don't eat while we're out, or we get home from something and we're too tired. We didn't want to buy a lot of groceries because we're only going to be here for 5 days, I think. 5 nights. I can't think right now, y'all, but the first part of our trip is in Inverness, and then we're going to go up to Edinburgh. So we don't want to have to either throw groceries away or haul a bunch of groceries up to or back to Edinburgh. But we did have some people, those same people that told us, that we talked to on the train, did tell us that if we're going to book our tickets, don't do it online. Go in person. Make sure you have a seat reserved and all that stuff. So we're definitely going to do that for the train ride back to Edinburgh when it's time for us to go back. But I just wanted to come on here and give y'all kind of the travel update and let y'all know how all that went. And as we speak, I am in Inverness, Scotland. This is going to be our first night sleeping in Scotland. I am so excited. And then in the morning, we are going to do our first tour, and that is going to be the tour that goes out to Culloden. So I will be filming some of that for y'all, and I'm sure everybody's going to be doing pictures and everything that I can share with y'all. But I just wanted to let y'all know that that's what we're going to do in the morning. But I am about to drag my tired behind up in this bed and go to sleep because I'm tired, y'all. I know I look it. My eyes is all puffy. My lips are chapped. It's been a long couple of days of travel, but wouldn't trade it for anything. We're here. We got here. Now we can laugh about it. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe at the end of the trip we'll laugh about it. It's not funny right now, though. But anyway, all right. That is all that I have for y'all today, and I will see y'all real soon on the next Scotland video. Bye, y'all.